What's up, y'all? So some of y'all have been wondering why I haven't streamed for a week. Well, because the National Guard is getting ready to come to my city, and there are a lot more pressing matters in regards to organizing. I'm talking to you reprobates, but don't worry, I will be more frequent because I know you all cannot get enough of my bald, shiny ass head. It's compelling. Like my head is like perfectly shaped. See, it's like perfectly shaped. There's no lumps. There's no nothing.
Mine's like flattens out at the top a
You,
lot.
you've got a square head.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're like yeah. That's what they used to call Germans. They used to call Germans squareheads.
Do Germans have square
What the
heads?
fuck?
Yeah, Matt has a square head.
Oh,
Matt, you're German?
I mean, yeah.
He's mentioned it like several times. Don't worry,
They
he's one of the good Germans.
They are one
Are
of the
there any good
Germans.
Germans? Are there any good Germans?
I don't know. Oh, what's up, Oscar? Oscar Rodriguez, Senor Quack. All right, so news this week, big news, DSA wise, because Trump has literally. Is this the first time he's mentioned us?
I don't think so. I think he mentioned DSA during the first term.
He's got a hair in his ass about Zeran. I know he despises. No, Germany doesn't deserve. Germany should be like broken back up into many, many, many little duchies and principalities and margravites and shit like that.
We should just
That's how
split
you
it up,
Yeah.
and we should give them. That's where all the fuckers from Israel should go.
see
Just in
that
a row.
you to hold down. You got to hold down the Krauts because if you let the Krauts get together, if you let the Krauts get too strong, if you let the Krauts organize and have their own country, they always do some fucked up shit.
Yeah. East Prussia should go back to Poland.
Yeah,
Actually,
then that would
Poland
make-
should just be the entirety of Europe.
Poland should be the entirety of Europe. So anyway, what is this? What is this thing he has? Like, what is this? Is this like a water bottle? I've never seen a water bottle like this.
It's a fancy water bottle.
It looks like some type of shit you'd see at a chemistry lab. But
I thought it was a urine sample. Like his piss is just clear.
That's where he keeps his. That's his adrenochrome bottle. Anyway.
They're all made out of a beautiful, beautiful paper, beautiful, nice, stiff,
beautiful, nice,
very expensive paper with beautiful wood handles, all the same.
Why does he do this shit? Who cares about the fucking paper, dude?
I do.
All the same color.
Well, that's because you're an art snob, Cyan.
A snob?
Yes, a snob.
How could I possibly be a fucking snob? I don't care what kind of art people like.
They come from very expensive printing machines. These are not people that write out their signs in a basement that believe in something. These are paid anarchists. At least 3 of these courageous journalists have personally been victims of Antifa attacks. Andy Ngo has been repeatedly beaten by Antifa thugs for his work in and Andy is very serious.
We got to step our game up, bro. Like, he should not keep getting beaten and still being left alive. Like, whatever happened to beating motherfuckers to death?
Good point.
This person, too, I have to tell you, I've been watching him for a long time. Is Andy here?
You're an anarchist and you've never been paid. Well, yeah, that makes sense because anarchists don't fucking work. Anyways.
Anarchist orgs cannot afford the fancy paper he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's making them sound good.
That was you. You're looking better than you do out on those streets, huh?
So this dude is literally invited like fascist. These are not journalists. Like, these people did not go to journalism school. Like, these are literal fascist influencers that he's treating as journalists and inviting to the White House.
$7,000.
Much better. It's nice to have you. You feel a little.
Who got $7,000? You got $7,000 and you ain't sharing none with me?
No, the fucking you don't know about the $7,000 thing. That's what Mossad is fucking paying influencers, like training them to be pro-Israel. No. 7,000.
I would rather open my fucking wrists. Anyways,
safer here, I think maybe. Well, not that safe because you have them. You have to worry about them.
What's up,
Skrilla looks like he's crying.
Our resident devil worshiper is here. He got possessed by a demon, and it did some fucked up shit to him. Now he's crying. I told you to leave those things alone, bro.
But thank you very
I'm
much.
solid.
Andy No has been
Skrilla's
repeatedly
got
beaten by
candlelight.
Antifa, and including one assault that left him with a brain hemorrhage. Only
Again, like, why are these people being? If these people get their asses whooped on the daily, on the weekly, then why are they still alive? Like, are these like fucking fascist super soldiers or something? Have y'all seen Andy No?
Wait, the anarchist who's watching.
Leave
Explain
it
why
at-
they're still alive.
days ago, Nick Sortor was assaulted in Portland by a flag burning
Trump made them
mob,
in a
and
lab.
we've made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when
He's literally bragging about taking freedom of speech away.
Yeah, he
they
said that.
burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. I've never seen anything like it on both sides, and you end up with riots. So we're going on that basis. We're looking at it from not from the freedom of speech.
Mind you, this guy literally pardoned all those January 6 motherfuckers. Not only that, but he's giving them jobs. He's giving how
Yeah.
many? Like, what percentage of these ICE and DHS and CBP people that are out here terrorizing Chicago and Portland and Los Angeles? Like, what percentage would we bet are like Jan 6 rioters or former like PBs or these other street mobs?
Like, if you want to work for the Trump administration and you put that on your resume that you were involved in J6, like, they love that. Automatic hire. Shit.
Yeah.
We
And
should
here's
have
the
been
thing.
at We should have been at January 6th. Could have
Funny.
gotten good cushy jobs.
And like, this is the difference between like reactionaries and liberals. Like, reactionaries, like, they will fight for this shit. Like, reactionaries will fight for this shit.
Well,
Like,
liberals are reactionary.
that is also true. But I mean, like, hard right reactionaries. Like, they'll actually fight for this shit. Like this comrade said, if Brandon said we took away freedom of speech, they'd do another January 6th. That is true. Whereas you have liberals who are like, I see these motherfuckers in, like, they're literally fucking dancing. They're dressing up in costumes and dancing. Like, and you literally have people aiming guns at you. And I get it. Like, I get it. Like, if that's your ministry, if that's how you want to struggle, fine. But like, don't act like that is the sole thing that you are empowered to do. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But like, it's just fucking silly. It's just fucking silly. Like, the way that this country is going, the way all of this shit, like, we have a decade happening in a week. We got a decade happening every day. You got a decade happening every fucking day, and this is what you all are doing. Like, you cannot, you have to adapt as the situation changes. Ideally, you will be able to foresee this fucked up shit before it happens. Like, us ultras in DSA, we have been saying, hey, we have to get ready. Fascism is already here. Fascism is already here. Now you've got reporters being beaten the fuck up in the streets, and the masses are taking the lead. And our rightists in DSA, per usual, are 4 or 5 decades behind. Got to get back. Got to do better. Like, they literally let two Zionist bad actors approach to within like stabbing or shooting distance of Zoran Mandani today. Like, where's your fucking security? Like, why was this person allowed to get up this close on you? You cannot rely on the police. You cannot rely on the enemy forces. Your computer crashed. Oh dear. Poor Skrilla. See, I told you, quit fucking with demons. Anyways, back to this orange reprobate,
which I always felt strongly about, but
I'm still tripping off this fucking. This is the weirdest. I've never seen a water bottle such as this.
never passed the courts. This is what they do: is they incite. When you burn an American flag, you incite tremendous violence. We have many examples of it, many examples of it, and it's actually down on tape. And you see things happen that just don't happen unless it's the flag that's burning. Very recently, Katie Davis Court was hit in the face with a flagpole in Portland by an Antifa radical, leaving her with a very blackened eye.
So, mind you, we've been seeing like various shit that this guy's fucking Gestapo was doing, right? Shooting people in the face. Like, they literally just roll up in front of schools in Chicago. Like, this shit is
Oh
happening
shit,
right
guys,
now.
I gotta go. Bye. Much love.
Oh, bye, Sahid.
Okay. What the hell was that about?
You're getting a struggle session later. Anyway, so like, we've been seeing this shit happening. Like, people just roll up and just these pigs and just roll up and release tear gas Check out everybody, little kids, old lady, elotero, tamaletero, all these fucking people for no reason whatsoever. They literally just they beat the shit out of a producer, not just a reporter, a producer in Chicago today. Hold on, we'll show you. And like this is unfortunately why a lot of these white people are actually starting to give a shit. Because like these are like white professionals now that are going through this shit. Hold on.
Yep.
Off the street.
And Trump's mad about a journalist getting a black eye.
What is your name?
Well, this is Debbie Brockman. She works for WGN News.
Oh shit.
Debbie Proctor. You know you're
Damn, that cop's all over.
There we go. I'm back.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know what
I got
fucking
you.
happened.
Yep. Debbie Browning? Brockman, WGN. Do you guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face?
Good job. Seriously, get the fuck out.
Fuck you.
Nazi fuck.
Hopefully your wife and children make it home.
What is this vehicle, honestly? Yeah.
Well, why are y'all laughing? I don't see shit funny here. They're literally just snatching this lady up off the streets for no reason. Probably because she had her camera people recording shit that they didn't want seen. Like, this is literal fucking Gestapo tactics. Hold on, here's another angle.
I see this is from the Tennessee Holler.
Got you. Yep. Debbie Browning? Brockman, WGN.
Did they really need all them people?
That's what they do.
Do you guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face?
They put double cuffs on her.
Ow.
Damn.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're going through today. And like people still acting like this shit is a game. Meantime, you have this guy saying shit like this.
So, Katie, thank you very much. And I'd like to also say that I watched Nick. Where's Nick? Is Nick here? Nick? Hi, Nick. That was a rough time you went through. I hope you got my little note. I wrote you a note.
So he's literally trying to legitimize these fascist influencers. Like, if these are journalists, then I'm a journalist. Like, these people are not journalists. They did not go to journalism school. They did not write for any reputable publication. They're literal fucking fascist propagandists. That's what they are. But because they are amenable to the demands of the current ruling faction of the ruling class, then they are legitimized and they're given press passes. They're allowed access to all the White House. And there you go. Like, this cannot be a more naked explanation of who state power rests with and what our enemies do when they have state power. Meantime, our supposed friends, Monsieur les Democrats, they malign us. Like, I haven't been invited. Biden didn't invite me to the fucking White House. Of course, I was not a friend of Joe Biden, but like most of these people are not like hardcore friends of Trump, but he still realizes their use.
Yeah, when we had people going to the DNC to protest, I mean, they got their skulls cracked, right?
They got their skulls cracked. They didn't even let the Palestinian sister from Georgia speak. No, they had AOC literally talk about how Biden is working tirelessly for a ceasefire in Gaza. Well, if Biden was working tirelessly for a ceasefire in Gaza, how come his sleepy ass didn't how come Trump basically mauled him on this situation? Of course, the Israelis are going to break the ceasefire because that's what they do. And as soon as the eyes of the world are off Gaza, because a lot of these dumbass sock dems and liberals are going to be like, oh, yay, peace, yay, hooray, no more Palestinians die. No. Like, no. Because they don't have any structural or strategic analysis of anything. My bald head is disgusting. Well, leave. Why are you here staring at it? Get out.
Get that ass banned.
Oh, hoe ass nigga. Anyways. Well, that was bad language on my part. Anyways.
I've never heard you say the N-word before.
Yeah.
And your note helped a lot. I truly appreciate it.
I thought it was terrible, actually. I thought it was terrible. So we'll talk about it a little.
You've
It
never
was, frankly, not good. It was pretty bad. But it was
So that's this is the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, who has been LARPing on these atrocious fucking raids on the Department of State, and this is Pam Bondi.
nothing compared to Blumenthal. I mean, what Blumenthal did, he was for 20 years a hero, a great war hero. And then he sits back and, you know, sanctimonious kind of a guy, looks down, how dare you do this to the American public, you know? What a fake. But I thought Pam was incredible yesterday as well.
Yeah, this is one thing about fascism is that it's incredibly personalized. Like, he's not saying anything about structures or anything like that. Kristi Noem looks like bad AI. He just sort of, yeah, she kind of does. She looks like one of those. Yeah, she looks like one of those fucking animatronic robot dolls or something. Yeah.
A lot of these liberals and sock dems, the reason that they're going to stop paying attention is, like you said, like they're going to see a perceived peace. And a lot of these people too, they're like peace fetishists. They see peace as just a linear, objective thing when it's constantly in tandem with violence. Peace cannot exist without violence.
Peace is preparation for war. War is preparation for peace.
Yeah.
That's the dialectical understanding of it. The
It's in
Marxist
tandem with each
depression,
other.
the Great Depression will solve our obesity problem.
No, don't say that.
We're just going to eat
Secretary
horrible
Kristi
food.
Noem was really out there courageously, and I appreciate it, Kristi. Amazing what you're
Put
doing.
more horrible stuff in the
FBI
food.
Director Kash Patel, who's really coming up with some great information, Kash. It's great. Keep it coming because there's plenty of it. Deputy Attorney General, one of the best lawyers you'll ever find, Todd Blanche, who I know personally is a good lawyer because I'm here. Thank you very much, Todd. Good job, Todd.
I can't listen to this dumbass anymore. So yeah, Trump has basically declared anybody that could be defined broadly as an anti-fascist. Well, first of all, if you hate anti-fascists, what does that make you?
A fascist.
It makes you a fascist. Like, I'm an anti-capitalist. So capitalists would consider me their enemy, right?
Mhm.
If you're anti-capitalist, you cannot be a capitalist. I mean, you cannot be a capitalist. If you are anti-fascist, you cannot be a fascist. Likewise, if you're fascist, you cannot be an anti-fascist. So our enemies realize that between fascism and anti-fascism, there is an antagonistic contradiction, and one element or the other is going to have to be destroyed. So he directly called out our organization. Well, no, I think somebody, I don't know if it was Andy New or whatever. I haven't watched all of this shit. But basically somebody in that room directly mentioned the Democratic Socialists of America, the largest socialist organization in the United States, and the organization of which all three of us are a part.
Mhm.
So in response, well, this was actually from a month ago, but basically the line of DSA is that everyday people should be able to organize freely in our own self-interest without fear of state repression, engaging in peaceful organizing. I don't know what this peace fetishism is, but you know what? Like, this is from National, and they have to say that. Like, if they literally came out and said, "Long live Hamas, fuck you, fuck peace," yeah, well, we would not be an above-ground organization much longer. The person who called DSA out is named Jonathan Choe. Okay, thank you.
The exact
Cameron.
clip where he's calling us out for organizing the homeless. I don't know if you've seen the actual clip, but
Yeah,
he's calling us out for
they were saying
organizing the
that.
homeless.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
in what world that's a bad thing, but dude hates homeless people. Dude really hates homeless people.
This is how he sees himself. The radical left has.
What a chode.
Two students at the Millersville University of Pennsylvania appear to paint a pumpkin.
How does that even correlate? It doesn't.
Oh, my neck.
Oh, painting a pumpkin will get you on the terrorism list too.
Yeah. No more Halloween. They've ruined, the woke has ruined Halloween.
Yeah, no more.
We're a nutrition social media. How does that even correlate? It doesn't.
Easiest false flag ever.
I just don't like who has time to like sit and worry over much about what other adults are doing. Like, how is this a threat to anybody? How is this a threat?
That's just cringy. I hated watching that shit.
Hey, Reptar.
And that's a good way to protect yourself from pepper spray.
There's
Yeah,
an
unless they
intake
spray
vent
it
on
in
the
the
back.
hole.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the guy that they did that to, he was the frog guy. He was Mexican, and he was like,
Oh.
I've tasted spicy here, but thanks, guys.
This is not a protest.
This is what they get up to on the West Coast. I fucks with it.
This is not a protest.
I need to go get I want to go get a costume.
Bro, have you ever seen the videos of dudes in the mascot costumes and then another dude will walk up to them with smelling salts and just put it up to the vent? They freak out.
Oh,
Why
shit.
would you do that? That's fucking evil.
It's funny as hell, bro. That's
I don't laugh at
hilarious.
evil. That's evil.
Thank you.
I've never seen that.
So this is
Damn.
Jonathan Show
I'll send
calling
you-
calling
I'll send
out
you
the
it.
whole. This is Jonathan Show calling out the homeless industrial complex, whatever that is.
So I am an investigative
fuck?
reporter for Frontlines Turning Point USA.
That's not a reputable journalistic organization. Maybe Liberation Caucus should start like our own journal, our own newspaper or whatever, like the Trots do. And like we can get press passes and shit. So we can go to places like this and harass folks and ask people stupid ass questions.
Also a senior fellow at
Apparently,
Discovery Institute in
is a Maoism tendency and part of DSA.
Ooh.
Seattle.
Yeah, Reform and Revolution fucks with us for some reason.
They do. We're gonna have to make a newspaper between the two caucuses.
Those are cool Trots.
Yeah, Revolution and Revolution.
I cover far left extremism as well as the homeless drug crisis
You are not a journalist.
in America.
God.
And I find it oftentimes those worlds
He said he's a turning point.
intersect. And hot off the presses, what I wanted to bring to your attention today is a report from a Capital Research Center here in DC in conjunction with Discovery Institute. They just put out this study right now. And what it shows is that Antifa is heavily embedded in the homeless and housing nonprofit sector. In many cases, the homeless industrial complex is running cover for Antifa. Antifa is benefiting from American tax dollars, and they're essentially being
guy's
used
such
as
a
the
dipshit.
muscle. Let me give you an example. There's a group called Stop the Sweeps in many U.S. cities right now. They get in front of encampment sweeps. What they're doing quietly is they're bringing in Antifa militants to manufacture a crisis.
These people always think they're so much more organized than we really are.
To
I
make
really
the
wish it
police-
was like this. I
Hey, who
wish
the
I lived
fuck
in the
is-
world they lived in.
Who the fuck is this twink?
look bad. Another group right now that is behind Antifa and working with Antifa very closely, based on the research that we have right now that we're going to give to you and your team, are the Democratic Socialists of America, also known as DSA. Again, these far left progressive groups tend to be aligning themselves with Antifa.
As
So
Jonathan
finally, in
Chin was
closing, what I wanted to
talking,
thank you again, Mr. President,
Twink
is
was
that a few
looking
months
at
ago,
him
earlier this year,
longingly.
you put out an executive order on homelessness and the drug addiction crisis.
Yeah, the basically like laying the foundations for putting unhoused people in concentration camps. Yeah,
in America.
thank you for that.
And that's sent the entire homeless industrial complex on the run.
Mind
What
you,
the
there's also like
What the fuck is the homeless industrial complex?
I don't know.
That's such a fucking buzzword. Oh my
A
god.
nothing burger, something he just made up 5 minutes ago, and now there's going to be. Now every fucking homeless shelter is going to be defunded for supporting
really
Antifa.
move the needle and change the game. But what's also come out,
Oh, come on. The fuck?
The lag is real.
I'm gonna smash this thing to bits with a hammer. Anyways, so yeah, basically, these people are. So there's like a symbiotic relationship between these people. Like Trump is using these people to, well, I would say manufacture consent, but he already has consent from several strata of the American. Also, sprees. Anyways, so he already has consent from a pretty wide swath of the American population. But you also have swaths of the American population that do not support this. So this guy's basically gearing up for civil war. That's the end game of what he wants. No amount of LSD would make me act like that guy. So yeah. What's up, boys? We need to stop just being boys. Like, we cannot just be the fucking chud caucus. But on the other hand, no self-respecting woman would hang out with reprobates like us.
We have women in the caucus. They just never want to get on stream. We've asked multiple of them
why is
to get on stream.
Why is the white man in the middle? Get your ass over there to the right. White people are the bourgeoisie in the party. Right people are natural rightists. Get over there to the right where you belong.
At least I'm the one with the painting.
But the thing about that too is we've asked multiple females in the caucus to join.
Females, really?
Women, my bad.
Non-male people.
We've asked multiple women in the caucus.
Your ass is gonna get canceled. Your ass is gonna get canceled.
It don't matter if you don't care about all that.
We're gonna have to put you out the caucus to save face.
Oh my god!
Of course, we'll maintain you as a sicario.
We've asked multiple women in the caucus if they want to join the stream, and every one of them turned it down for some reason. I don't know why.
Because they're actual organizers and they have better shit to do on a Friday night than hang out with our stupid asses. Motherfucker just said females.
Oh my god, it was a slip.
It was a slip.
Chill.
We're gonna have to see. As much as I try to brainwash y'all still don't get it. So the ceasefire in Gaza that that Trump keeps bragging about. What do we think about that?
It's set up for a false flag. They're going to send the American soldiers there. Israel going to kill them. They're going to blame Hamas. They're going to bomb the shit out of Gaza. They're going to kill even more of them. And then they're going to build golden mansions there for Trump and his allies. That's exactly what they're going to do.
We all remember that AI-generated video they published when Trump was first in office.
Yeah,
someone called me reactionary.
Who called you reactionary?
You're a reactionary caffeinated fiend.
Caffeinated, that's for sure.
So yeah, the Israelis are he appears to be brownie.
Oh,
brown.
If you're white, you can't call me that.
No, he's a brown of some sort.
Bro, that sounds evil.
Anyway.
Oh, but this is terrible. This is horrible fucking news. This is not going to end well at all.
Why do you think that? Why do you think a ceasefire is bad news?
Because, like I said, they're sending American soldiers there to set up for a fucking false flag attack.
Well, Palestinian comrades say the Americans have been there. Like, they've had mercenaries over there.
I know, but they've sent mercenaries over there. They haven't sent American soldiers over there. That's a whole different ball game. Yeah. Blackwater, or what was the fucking mercenaries that they were using in Iraq? Was it Blackwater?
Academy? No, they've changed their name like 3 times.
But you know what I mean?
They're still Academy right now.
No one gave a fuck when Blackwater was getting killed out there, but people gave a fuck when American soldiers were, and it's going to be the same thing with here. No one gave a fuck that American mercenaries were out there, but you send American soldiers out there because they're allied with the state, and they get hurt, suddenly it's reason for attack. And I'm not going to say it's manufactured consent in the eyes of the public, because the public not going to care, but it is going to be manufactured consent in the eyes of the state themselves. They're going to vote for war, and then they're going to do war.
Yeah, and even some of the mercenaries, that they were sending over there, they were like, yeah, this is fucking nut. Like, do you have any idea how fucked in the head you have to be to make an American mercenary be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? There were several interviews with people that have been with mercs that have been over there, and they're like, yeah, they're basically trying to kill all these people. That Graham Plattner dude that everybody was so excited about for 2 weeks. Now he's apparently developed a conscience. I still don't trust him. I trusted him maybe for 2 days, but then he said something stupid and shit the bed. As white people are inclined, we just have to stop trusting white people, y'all. We just have to stop trusting white politicians. Like, I don't know, like if they're trying to like counteract the right with this whole like woke military strong tough guy thing, but it's they always fucking slip. They always fucking slip.
I think we
Like,
just need to get rid of all of them.
Jesus Christ, Squirrel. How the fuck do I keep getting outflanked on cracker control? First it was Cyan last week. Now it's you.
I just don't like
yeah.
white people.
But you're half white.
That's half.
So you're gonna cut out half of yourself? Well, anyways, self-hating mongrels aside, up to 200 troops already based in the Middle East will be moved to Israel to help monitor the ceasefire in Gaza, according to U.S. officials. I'm with Malcolm. Like, there's no place on this world, on this planet, that white folks can go and say that they've created peace and harmony. There's no way. Like, everywhere that the U.S. goes, they make a fucking mess. They make a fucking mess.
Yep.
Stop trusting politicians. Don't trust the U.S. military. Yeah. The Americans are going to say there's no such thing as Israel. They're going to be helping to occupy Palestine. Like, the U.S. is not going over here for any peace and harmony type shit. They're going over there to help try to guide their errant colony. Like, Israel is basically a colony that's gotten off the leash. Now it's running amok in the Middle East, and it's embarrassed the U.S. It's fucking embarrassed Trump. Like, Trump doesn't give a shit about Palestinians. Trump doesn't give a shit about anything but Trump. So to like embarrass this guy to the extent that he does this shit, like, yeah, there was some fucked up shit going on over there. But the Palestinian people themselves have been celebrating in the streets. So who am I to deny them their joy?
And the U.S. really wants that oil underneath of Gaza.
That is also true. I believe there's gas in the Mediterranean as well.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
quite a lot.
We are the returners. We are the landowners. We are the right.
Oops. I have too many fucking strings. Right
And this is massive. This is so big.
I have never seen such destruction. Like, this whole fucking area is literally just gray rubble. There's not a building standing.
Everyone, this is Bisan from Gaza, and this is the best time to tell you that I am still alive. It's the 10th of October 2025, and I am documenting.
Can you imagine the fucking smell? Just like decaying bodies. People who haven't bathed or showered for months. Dead animals. Like, there's people under these buildings.
Yeah.
There are tens of thousands of people under these buildings. I guarantee you Gaza literally smells like death now.
I know they've had like Egyptians coming over and like bulldozing a lot of stuff. Bulldozing a lot of the rubble. It's I haven't heard any accounts from them yet, but I'm sure they're just so fucking horrified.
Yeah, this shit is gonna give people like even like people who like did not directly experience a genocide like those Egyptians you're talking about. People are gonna have PTSD after this shit.
He tortured us to flee.
And Bassan has been through so much. She's seen so much.
Yeah.
And like she's a journalist. She has to be where everything is going down to investigate, you know?
Yeah.
Our homes in the north and the south again.
Ooh, this fucking lag. I'm gonna shoot my computer. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot my computer. That's gonna make it all better.
During the past 2 months, but they failed. This is the second return, and I've never seen or heard about a people that returned twice in 1 year by the Palestinian people. That's the north. These are my people in the first hours of return, and that's the south there. The first time, after 15 months of displacement, I was stuck in a car for 30 hours in a line that is surged by an international forces to return to my city. But now, after I chose to stay in the Gaza city, I'm documenting the return of my people without any search, without any line, just free. No one ever must live this. No one ever must return after being tortured to flee, to be forced to flee, return to the rubble of the homes, return to the bodies of the loved people, return under the sun, bare feet, tired, for 2 years of a genocide. Finally, we are returning. These are the holy scenes. These are the scenes that they have tried to delete from our memory.
And Gaza is so fucking beautiful. Like, even with all that rubble, you got the ocean, you got the beach. Like, it's fucking beautiful. Like, people should not be
Yeah.
suffering and living under misery in such beauty.
These are the scenes that they've tried.
This is one of the most anciently, like, this is literally like where one of the cradles of human civilization. Like, Gaza has been occupied for like 4,000 years. There's basically always been a city there. Why? Because it's so fucking beautiful. And it's literally like right on the cusp of Africa, Asia, and Europe. Like, it's a strategic area. That's why it's been fought over so much.
To delete from the history after the first return shaped the existence of Israel. These are the scenes that they tried hard to convince us that they could not be repeated. My people is returning for the second time with the same spirit. Yes, they know that the whole city is either damaged or destroyed. Yes, they know that it's not the end. Yes, they know that it's not the return to the stolen lands in the 1948. But we are sure that this is exactly what we need to prove that we will return. The Gazans, and no single one.
You know, you have to admire their determination so much. Like, if somebody blew up your fucking house, like me or Skrilla or BRG, like, how many of us would want to go and fucking rebuild? You
I
know?
don't go back there. There's too many bad memories there.
Yeah.
I'm an Antifa leaders. I'm not going no fucking where. If I leave this motherfucker, every white person is going to be leaving ahead of me because I drove their ass out. Anyways.
I'm still here.
Well, yeah. Matt is still here.
I'll be here as long as I can.
I'm never leaving my holler.
Off note, I like how you went from saying that I got a crystal ball to calling me a fucking devil worshiper.
It's a play on a song, bro. You've never heard that Sublime song, Santeria?
Nah.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball.
Nah, I've never listened to Sublime in my life.
Jesus Christ, I'm old. Anyways,
03, baby.
Yeah, Border Patrol ship. Jesus Christ, in 03, I was like 4th, 5th grade.
Ew, monk.
Yeah, I literally remember I literally watched the Iraq War start.
You were alive when 9/11 happened.
I was in 2nd grade.
I remember I started working I was working at a gas station when I was 18 to 19, right?
Bro, you call me Unc. Look at this shit.
Bro.
Damn.
Holy shit. No, I was working at a gas station.
We got a senior anarchist here.
It's almost like the years keep coming and they just stop coming and they don't stop coming or something. I don't know.
This dude almost as old as my parents. Anyways, I was working at a gas station and not my bro, it was an old ass dude. He started working there and he was like, how did you feel when 9/11 happened? I wasn't even born then, bro. Dude was like 70.
You don't remember when 9/11 came out?
Nope.
Oh.
I wasn't even alive then. I wasn't even a thought.
9/11 came out the same year that Shrek came out. Why am I saying when 9/11 came out? What's wrong with me?
9/11 came out.
It was a hot diss track, right?
Yeah. Anyways, so work. A little bit of analysis here. And why does Marxist theory teach us that work? Like what? So everybody knows that work sucks. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work anymore. But why does work suck? Like, what is the Marxist explanation for why work sucks?
Because it's alienating. You don't own your labor. There's the surplus value of the things that you create and the work that you put in is stripped away from you. I was explaining this to my little brother, actually, because he worked at McDonald's. And I was like, so Vince, how much do you think you get paid? He was like $13. And I was like, hey, look, man, You in there flipping them burgers and shit. How much do you think you're like making in terms of money, like selling these burgers? He was like, I don't know, maybe like a few thousand or so in a
No
day.
more flipping burgers, putting on a silly
I
hat.
was like, exactly. Think about how much money your labor makes this place and how much you're getting out of it. Really conceptualize this right now. How much of that shit is getting stolen from you? How much of that shit is getting ripped from your hands that you never gonna see, that they abusing you for? Really think about that right now. And he was like,
It's called
"Oh
wage.
shit!"
It's called wage slavery for a reason. But you actually explained that very well. Like a lot of people are inclined to be like, well, the second page of Das Kapital says. How many of us have ever even read? How many of us have either one of us ever even read Capital?
I've read Capital.
I've read some of it.
I've only read volume 1 though. I haven't read any of the
I've
other
read like
volumes.
5 pages of it. How the fuck does everybody think like I'm the smart Maoist theoretician and Skrilla is the fucking crash out, and Skrilla has read all of volume 1 of Capital, and I've only read 5 pages.
I'm not gonna lie. Capital though is like Marx is just yapping in it. There's a lot of things that he could simplify.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Like he doesn't. The book doesn't need to be that long. It's really not that complicated, but it's just the language that he uses. He's just a yapper.
I think the Shanghai textbook, also known as Fundamentals of Political Economy, is much, much better.
That's what I've been recommending to people.
It's more concise. It's literally the exact same shit that's said in Capital, but in a much more concise and a much more digestible like page. And pseudo-intellectuals love Capital because they love to say that they read a fat ass book, but it doesn't matter if you read a fat ass book if all the shit that's said in it is just inflated.
And Shanghai text, details how they applied all this shit to Chinese conditions.
Yeah.
The
Chinese have generally been very, very good at breaking this shit down.
Yeah.
The Vietnamese were as well, but white people always have to yap.
But if you go
Speaking
and
of
read,
Chinese,
if you go and hyper focus on Capital and not much else, then you're not getting any real world examples.
speaking of Chinese, I'm having some General Tso's right now.
You are the perfect. You are the perfect epitome of what Gramsci would call an organic intellectual.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Skrilla is very smart.
Skrilla is very smart. Skrilla's probably smarter than me. I'm just more charismatic. I'm the salesman. Skrilla's actually the person that makes the shit. Anyways, no, Skrilla's not smarter than me. I would probably say that we're roughly the same level of intelligence.
Skrilla's memory is 1,000% better than mine.
Yeah, because you have long COVID. Anyways. So yeah. Basically, work sucks because Jesus Christ, are all of us eating right now?
No.
Yeah. No, that's right. Matt has sworn to fast until the revolution is victorious. Skrilla is very smart but refuses to learn differentials.
I was supposed to change something on the stream.
Wait, Skrilla, why don't you want to learn calculus, Skrilla?
Because I fucking hate math, bro.
Me too. Skrilla,
let me ask you something. What am I going to use that shit for? In my daily life, why would I need to learn differentials? In my academic life, why would I need to learn differentials? And in my career, why would I need to learn differentials?
Wait, who's glazing who? Nobody's glazing anybody. Anyways, so yeah, work sucks because you're alienated from your labor. That's the Marxist explanation. But also, especially in late stage capitalism, materialism, it's just so fucking unfulfilling. It's just so fucking unfulfilling. You do these menial ass tasks for 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or whatever hours. And then you go home and you conk out playing video games or maybe reading a few pages of theory or talking to 2 of your unhinged Maoist comrades on the internet. But it's just so fucking unfulfilling. One of the greatest ways to build rage against capitalism is literally explaining how much these people have taken and stolen from us.
That's also why addiction is so bad too. Drug addiction, porn addiction, it don't matter. People numb themselves whatever they can because they don't want to face the fact that reality sucks.
Yeah, and they feel too impotent and weak to change it. Like they still fear death. Like they still fear revolution because they associate revolution with dude bleed, dude bleeding out wearing a fucking olive drab suit in the jungle, and they don't want to be that guy yet. But if shit continues to escalate, if this repression continues to escalate, you're really not going to have any. You're really not going to have any choice.
Hira
Because,
asked for my ad. Ad on what?
I think she wants to hook up with you, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
you
we've
mean?
got a stand.
oh, Skrilla's got
My-
a first stand.
My ad on what? I don't use Twitter. I don't fuck with Twitter.
Skrilla is very smart. Anyways, oh my god. Oh my god, they admitted. Is that Krupskaya? Is that Lenin's wife, Krupskaya?
I don't know.
Anyways, stand aside. What the
Damn.
fuck was that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was so loud.
I had to burp.
That was a burp? Which one of you guys wants to run for office?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Skrilla. You have permission to run for office.
I will make the world beautiful.
Actually, you'll probably fucking bankrupt some poor small town in Indiana and establish your own fucking gang. But hey, it'll at least make for an interesting Vice documentary.
Nah, actually, I'm gonna run for mayor for Gary.
You got to run for mayor of Gary.
I'm gonna win.
Okay.
Actually, if I ran for mayor of Hammond, actually Hammond bigger than Gary at this point. If I ran for mayor for Hammond, I'd win. Cause
Well, do it. What you waiting for? You need a job, don't you?
no, I got a job.
You want a better job.
That's true. Mayor McDermott, he'd been mayor since like 2002, I think. And last election, now keep in mind, Hammond, a city with 80,000 people, and he only got 2,000 votes, and he ran against no one.
Damn.
You do it.
Skrilla can pull it off.
If I ran for alderman in St. Louis, I would probably win too. Although
I
it would be like the fucking electoral people in my chapter would throw a literal fucking bitch fit. But hey,
I grew up in Hammond too, so there's that. I grew up right outside the Columbia Center housing projects, right across the street from the Hammond Housing Authority.
I don't know where that is.
It's a housing project.
Oh, you grew up in the projects?
Just about, yeah. I grew up right outside. Like I could walk, like literally, like right across the street was them. Like I said, I was right across the street from the housing authority. I was broke.
You got some street cred. You can't wear those fuckboy outfits running for mayor. You have to get a suit.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never worn a suit, and I never want to. I never plan to, and I never will.
You cannot run for mayor and be mayor wearing a fucking Adidas tracksuit.
Polo.
This is not Russia.
Polo.
Now you want to dress like a fuckboy from 2015.
That was the wave, bro. I don't know what you talking about. That was the wave. Polo, the Truly jeans.
I'm going to teach you how to dress.
You trying to get me to dress like Lenin. You want to get me to dress like Bukharin, like Felix.
Bukharin.
It's Bukharin.
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 It's Bukharin. Come on now.
Hira, will you stop glazing? So yeah, work sucks. Run for mayor. Then you won't have to do any actual work, and then we could brag about having our very, very first Maoist DSA elected that actually gets it done and isn't afraid to say death to the IOF.
But then other like internet Maoists are gonna rip me apart.
Who gives a fuck about internet Maoists? They don't look.
Oh, my clout.
Online arguments are for weak people that have no power. Internet, like people that have power do not waste inordinate amounts of time arguing on the internet, because when you have power, you don't have to argue with people. You don't have to argue with people when you have power. You can do shit. Somebody disagrees, fuck them. Whereas when you're weak and impotent, then you have to argue back and forth what the left should do, what they should do. Like, who gives a fuck? What makes you think that I give a fuck what you think I should do? Well, how many campaigns have you won? Like how many people have you freed? How many people have you fed? Who cares? Every asshole. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and nothing comes out of them but shit.
Have you ever seen the show Desperate Housewives?
Why would I watch Desperate Housewives?
Nah, there was a character in there. Like one of the characters start dating. Like I'm pretty sure he was either a mayor or governor, and then some dude like I don't know cusses her out or something. And then the governor / mayor, I forget which one, he just sends dudes to beat the dude up. That would be me if I was mayor. That would be me if I was mayor. I would just send people.
That
to go
would be
beat people
you.
up.
Yeah, you'd have your own red guards.
You're not over. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna be a fucking warlord. America's very, very first 21st century warlord.
I'd be like Tito.
General Fuckboy. Anyways, so yeah, fuck work, run for mayor, free Palestine, and fuck Trump and fuck Skrilla.
What the fuck did I do?
You refuse to dress properly to run for office.
So you're telling me I can't wear a polo?
Oh, you can wear a polo.
I said polos earlier.
A suit would be better.
Polo and slacks. Or chinos. Chinos and a polo. White polo, khaki chinos. Come on now.
He even knows how to say chinos. Ooh.
All right. Okay.
He's bougie, papi. Anyways.
Okay, all right.
I know how to say chinos, papi. I know how to dress. You need to get off my dick, anyways.
But we did have
Lord.
some statistics and stuff about like temporary agencies and contractors.
Fuck temp agencies. Temp agents,
Yeah.
man, those
Did
are the
y'all-
fucking devil.
Did y'all see the most recent report? They say that 10% of the working population is unemployed right now. That's 22 million people.
So our biggest priority, like my main critique of DSA's labor strategy is that like it's always trying to organize people that are like in the upper echelons, the PNC.
Full timers too.
Yeah, full timers, teachers, fucking trades, stuff like that. And the thing is, like DSA really, to my experience, really hasn't cracked any of these big trades, like those skilled trades, because like that shit is like anti-communist as fuck. Like you're not gonna turn the carpenters union commie. So yeah, organizing the unorganized is definitely the best.
Yeah, and like temp agencies, like they only pay people like half of what they actually upcharge the employer.
Mm-hmm. And
so
yeah,
they're
temp
upcharging
agencies,
the employer like 75%, 40 to 75%. You know,
temp agencies are basically ready-made strike breakers.
Yeah, and like when they hire you, like I've had jobs through temp agencies and stuff before. When they hire you, they're getting at least like $12,000.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yep.
for every person they hire, they usually get about $12,000 of profit.
And they get like after they hire, like like if they hire you and you've been like if they hire you like right after you get released from prison, I think they get like a tax credit for that too.
They do. They
Yeah,
they
for
get
hiring.
it. They get it if you're at like a rehab center too, because a lot of rehab centers they have these work programs. They
Mhm.
get you on through a temp agency, but then they keep like 30% of your wages because they're housing you, driving you, all that stuff that they claim, right? But a lot of them are connected to the church too, so they're already an organization that doesn't even have to report their fucking taxes, and then
They
they
don't
get
pay
even
tax.
larger breaks. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't pay taxes.
Mhm.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty sweet tax dodge, though. Like it's really not all that hard to start a church.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking the global staffing industry is worth $665 billion as of 2024.
Billion?
Billion.
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
lot of them prey on a lot of them like there are temp agencies that only do undocumented people because like really easy to fuck them over. Like employers and temp agencies, like if there's any talk about workers organizing, like these undocumented workers, like that's why like just form a union doesn't necessarily work because like if you're undocumented and you try to form a union with other undocumented people, they'll just fucking call ICE on you.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did that at a slaughterhouse somewhere a few years ago. And or if you're a landlord, and some of your undocumented, like they will rent to you knowing full fucking well you're undocumented. They will hire you knowing full fucking well you're undocumented so that they can exploit you. They basically got you as slavery. So like if you're undocumented and you live in an apartment with 12 other undocumented people and you start talking about, hey, we need this, we need that, like, hey, we've got fucking black mold in here, can you do something about that? They'll just fucking call ICE on you. They'll be like, fuck you. I'm gonna gentrify and rent it out to some fucking University of Chicago students.
During the
Yeah.
LA uprising, one of the people that got detained by ICE was actually an SCIU leader, and he was a
Mhm.
immigrant.
David
remember that.
Huerta, right?
David Huerta.
Hmm.
Nah, you have the most redneck ass pronunciation of Spanish names.
Huerta.
David Huerta. Huerta. Mr. Huerta, you are an asset to the proletariat, and I am in solidarity with you after you have been unfairly detained by ICE.
Hey,
Boy.
but you know, staffing agencies are the biggest exploiter of those visa programs, especially like the there's a bunch of visa categories, right? But then there's one that's like farm workers. That's one separate program from the non farm worker unskilled labor visa, which is the one that most of these staffing agencies are taking advantage of. Like there was even an instance after Hurricane Katrina where like Louisiana was not, like the government of Louisiana was not doing anything to regulate labor at all. So there was a company that brought like hundreds of workers from India and kept them, like 20 people each, in like a single wide trailer behind, you know, a fence with barbed wire, razor wire, security guards watching them at all times. And they were indentured. Like they had a bunch of debt that they had to pay back to the company while they were here working. And you know, these temp agencies even do this like to our like nearby colonies, right? Like Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Saipan. I mentioned in the chat there was this company called Human USA, which mostly brings workers over from Saipan and puts them in a whole lot of debt while they go and work at these factories.
Wasn't there a big ass World War II battle in Saipan?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. So now it's a U.S. colony. Well, I think it was a U.S. colony then, and they're basically using. I did not know that there was a huge Marshallese population in some parts of the country. Like they're literally America used their territory to test nuclear weapons, so the land is now irradiated and ruined. So now they have no choice but to come over here.
Yeah,
either that or suck down radiation.
I worked in a factory with a lot of people who like got imported from Saipan through that agency that I just mentioned, Human USA. And most of them, they had college degrees. They had college degrees and everything that they got back on their home island. And they were coming here and having to work for shit wages, having to pay the employer a markup for the cost of rent, a markup for the cost of the airplane trip. Like, you know, like the airplane in Saipan, American Airlines has a monopoly there, right? And they charge whatever the fuck they want for flights. So these folks, they had to pay like $800 for plane tickets. But then they didn't have $800, so they had to take out a loan at like 6% interest to pay for the ticket.
That's crazy. But there's a lot of crazy shit in this world. Oh, you like my t-shirt? Thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of loans, if I ever flee the United States, I'm taking out as many fucking loans, as many credit cards as I can, and I'm dipping with all that money because U.S. credit don't matter and nowhere else in the world.
We didn't even have credit scores until like the 80s. That's why our grandparents. That's why our grandparents were able to get houses and shit while working as like janitors and Pullman porters and maids and shit like that.
Yeah, like credit cards were pretty much unheard of before the 80s. And where they were around, they were called charge cards, right? And then like they would just automatically make you pay off your balance at the end of each month. They did not really do the debt peonage that they do now, where they're just trying to get you in as much debt as possible for those cards.
Everything that's fucked up with this economic system and the situation under which we live is traceable directly back to Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
That bastard fucked so much shit up. And Trump is basically going to go down in history. Like who's going to be worse, Trump or Reagan?
Reagan.
Yeah. I'm going to say Reagan.
Reagan.
Because like Reagan basically opened the door for Trump.
Reagan committed genocide against the queer community and the black community. So
yeah.
Trump's just more loud and boisterous, whereas Reagan was an actor, so he knew how to like moderate his tone.
And also, Trump is trying to do what Reagan did with the Contras in Nicaragua and Venezuela, except Trump's failing. Trump cannot do it.
Because
Reagan did it. Reagan did that.
Reagan had Poppy Bush, and Poppy Bush was like the OG operator. Whereas Trump has a bunch of like failed podcasters and motherfuckers like Cash App Patel. So, yeah.
But wasn't Reagan like generally pro-immigration?
I think that if Reagan could see Trump, Reagan probably would not. Like Reagan would have thought that Trump was basically too fucking ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, what is wrong
he not?
with you?
Is he not?
That
man is a New Yorker. That man is a New Yorker. Like
New York don't claim him.
They're loud. New Yorkers got to be the loudest people I've ever met, and he don't break that stereotype. He is loud.
Yeah, and like it's funny. Like Comrade Gacho Michicano literally said that like they don't even mention Reagan anymore. It's all about Trump. Like I remember like 2008, 2012. Everybody like you had to basically it was the party of Reagan. Now Reagan's fucking dead. Well, Reagan died in 2004, but like his memory, his legacy, his status as an icon is dead. Now it's all the MAGA cult. Trump is also technically a felon, yes. Because Trump was literally a contemporary of Reagan. I might look that up and do a video of it. Like, what would Reagan think if Trump was around today? I mean, what would Reagan think if he was around to see Trump be president? He probably would have hated the guy.
Reagan also introduced gun control just like Trump.
Yeah.
We don't need cracker control. We need gun control. I was shot by another white guy. Anyways,
it was because some dude went to if I remember correctly, some dude shot up a playground with an AK. And see, the thing is with that too.
Why did you blow up that swing set? What is wrong with you?
Like
Martin Luther King would not have wanted you to. You know, Reagan like fought against Martin Luther King Day,
tooth and nail.
Damn,
he did.
Martin Luther King was a commie, and BRG. If you thought it was okay for that young fellow that gets shot in the neck, I think it was okay for MLK to get shot in the neck. Personally, he was a communist. He was hanging out with communists, and that's what happens to communists.
Damn.
Amen, brother.
You're too garish. You're too loud, Skrilla. If you want to be mayor of Gary, you have to work hard, and you have to wear a suit and tie, and you have to go to college, and you have to get a degree. You cannot be a lumpen proletarian anymore.
Honestly, I would, even if I had the chance, I would never go to college.
You're gonna get assassinated. You're gonna get assassinated by one of my death squads, Skrilla. Do you have any idea do you have any idea what we did to people that look like you in El Salvador?
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
I sound like Hank Hill. I need to go. You know what? Fuck y'all. Fuck all of y'all. I was supposed to be off of here like 10 minutes ago, but fucking I know about the temporary labor industry. You want to hear about it? I've been bringing a lot of fellers from this place called Saipan to work in Kentucky. What do you think about that, fellers?
But now the person that asked for my I don't use Twitter, but if you want to follow me, it's XX Krilla on basically everything else.
You're gonna end up with a fucking stalker. But go ahead.
Krilla has Blue Sky.
I don't use that bitch, but I'm on it. I
What the
only
fuck
got,
do you mean what
I
is
saw
going on?
you liking some of my shit on there.
What do you
I
mean what
got
is
it.
going on Twitter? Why y'all watch? Why are y'all on Twitter? I don't fucking know. I don't care.
I got it
Anyway.
because I got 2 friends and they be on it, and so I was like, y'all don't
Oh,
have
those are Anarcho, whatever. Those are bots. Yeah, those people that act like they can't read, those are bots. Anyways,
Blue Sky does suck, but so does Twitter. I really only use Instagram. I only
everything.
use Instagram.
Stop fucking thirsting over my comrade. Anyways, before we end up with marriage proposals, we are the gang of 3. Good night.
Yeah, because Cyan couldn't make it for some reason.
Good night.
He was on. He left. I don't give a shit about Skrilla. Look, stalk Skrilla all you want. You just look, dude.
Look,
Yes.
we love our fans. Just don't stalk us. Okay.
What fans? You don't have any fans. People like me because I like my bald head. People like Skrilla because he looks like that video game guy. And people like Matt.
Video
because Matt-
game guy.
Yeah, somebody said you look like some type of video game streamer or something.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I don't know who the fuck that was even. I'm not even.
Yeah.
Why do
No.
people like Matt?
Because you're an Ewok. You help organize workers. Plus, you have a very, very calming accent and you drink moonshine.
Oh,
So
those are all
you're the-
pluses.
You're the last hillbilly.
The token hillbilly of liberation.
Hillbillies are an oppressed nation.
You a coal miner.
16 tons, and what do you get? Another day deeper and something that's fuck.
I
You
thought
know,
you was
Another
about to
day
say
older and
6,
deeper in
7.
debt. There we go.
I thought you was about to
You
say
got it.
6, 7.
Oh, 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Bye.